Hello and welcome to the Sideline Live podcast. This is the Spotlight Her series, a collaboration with Basketball Ireland as part of their Women in Sport series supported by Sport Ireland. I'm your host, Orla Keeling, and over the next 6 episodes, we'll be diving into the journeys of 6 Irish female basketball players who are carving out their own paths playing college basketball in the United States. From early morning practices, balancing academics, homesickness, and ambition, we'll explore what it really takes to compete at one of the highest levels of basketball. We'll uncover their journey and what it's like representing Ireland on the world stage. One game, one story, and one season at a time. This is Spotlight Her, where we celebrate the athletes, the journey, and the game. Okay, delighted to be joined once again by Gandy.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming back on. I'm always, when I have someone on, I'm like, oh, will they come back? But no, we're here in Stores in Connecticut. Scene for us, where are we today?
Right now, we're in the big student union where every student comes in the middle of the day to go out, do their work. It's very chill right now, and it closes at 11 p.m., so people are in and out right now.
Look, we last spoke in 2023. I was listening back to it that summer. You obviously had committed by then to coming here, and it was huge news for Irish basketball at the time. For you, 2 years on now, what's it like actually being here?
I mean, it's very different to, thinking about it. The training is very intense. It's really good to be battling against great players every day. And it's cool to be in a university environment here. Obviously, I haven't gone to university in Ireland since I'm here, but I like to imagine that the school spirit here is very, very specific in UCONN. The people just love their sports here. They love the football team, they love the girls' sports, they love the boys' sports. I think it's a very supportive environment. So I just love being here. I just love the environment here.
Yeah, I can tell. As you said, we're recording in person. This is my first time in Stores. Not much outside campus.
No. Around campus, it's a lot of farms. There's a lot of farms. So if you want a city life, maybe don't pick here, but if you want a very good student life, come here.
Yeah. But it means less distractions from a basketball point of view.
Definitely, I agree. Yeah, I think it definitely means that if you come here, you're coming here for that. As a basketball player, you're coming here for becoming the best basketball player that you can be, and not for anything else. And that's a great thing. You're coming here for the education as well, of course. But outside of that, I think the focus here is just to get better in your area of focus, and that's great.
Yeah, that's as you say, that was probably one of the reasons why you came here.
Oh, of course. To come here to a great coaching program with many players here have gone to be great successful players in the pros. I think that's the main reason I've come here. Yeah.
For people that don't know and haven't listened to our previous episode, if you haven't, go back and listen to it now. It'll make more sense when we chat here today. Give us an insight into your journey. It's funny, Kieran actually showed me the clips from when he saw you play. Yeah, it was actually an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Talk us through how you got here.
So Kieran was looking at a different player, and I was playing on Celtics. I think I was just pacing up and down the floor very quickly, long legs, and I was just I was like Bambi. I was just a very tall animal that was looking for a rebound, anywhere to come down, and I was up and down. And I think he just saw my height, saw my speed, and he thought, wow, that's a good combination. Mm-hmm. And he got in contact with my parents, got in contact with my coaches to see if that was okay. And my parents told me, and I was like, well, I'm very interested to take this further. And after that, got connected with the right people, right school that fit my education needs and fit my needs for sports. And after that, went from there, and I came to New Jersey. Yeah.
You're not giving yourself enough credit. You're a little bit Bambi on ice, but also you were the quickest on the floor, even at that point. You did have the raw skills even at that time. And I saw the clips. And I saw Rory Cronin helping you with your layups. Ava Crean, who's now the Dublin Marathon champion. What a legend.
I know. I mean, she's been a sport fiend. I made her join Celtics when I was in 5th class, and my other friend, and she joined immediately when I was like, oh, we can just have people come. We were young, and basketball at that time is anyone can join. And she immediately like got with it. She was already like, she was quicker at getting the skills right, better than me. I was at that time. Like I was still struggling, and she was like, she had been playing the past 5 years or something. Yeah. She's very much adaptable to sports. I'm not surprised at her success, but I'm super proud of it. Like,
it's her third ever marathon.
It's crazy. And you tell me that I should be surprised. And I sent it to my mom. And I was like, that's the way she is. Like since primary school, I've been in their class since junior infants. Not surprised one bit. She's always the best in sports. It's great. I'm so proud of her. She's amazing.
She is amazing. Absolutely. Talk to us about like family at home. Like, are you coming from a basketball background for people that don't know?
Absolutely not. My parents, they're both Congolese immigrants, and my dad played soccer when he was younger. Nothing too serious. Like everyone plays soccer in Congo, and my mom, she tried to join basketball, but her mom wouldn't let her at the time, so she didn't play sports. But growing up, I didn't really join any clubs or anything because they hadn't been used to that kind of system of getting kids into clubs or getting kids into like sports or whatever. So I was kind of like, it had to be from my own kind of pushing if I was to join anything, and I didn't know if I had to or not until like in primary school, in 5th class, Celtics came in teaching us some skills for PE, and they gave us leaflets, and I told my mom, I really want to join this. I really want to do this because I happened to be good at it because I was tall. I think it was just the fact I was tall and be able to block people that I wanted to try it. And from there, like I went to the first training session in my uniform, and in pants and a tie and a shirt because no one knew what I had to go in or if it was anything like sports related the first session, and of course it was, but I enjoyed it anyway, so it was really fun to go there.
So you were blocking and swatting shots from day one, wasn't it?
I wasn't making any shots, I was definitely blocking them down. That was the fun bit.
Yeah. What height were you at that point?
In 6th or 5th class. No, this had to be 4th class before I joined, and I was probably, by first year I was 6 foot, so maybe at this point it was 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". Like I was pretty tall. I was consistently tall. I didn't have a huge growth spurt at any one point in time.
Yeah. Okay. And what height are you now for people that don't
6'6".
Okay.
Yeah. Still had a growth spurt last year, which is not good. hoping it doesn't happen this summer.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, because for anyone who doesn't know, Kieran Quinn is Kieran who we're referencing. Mm-hmm. His daughter Mairead is already nearly my height.
Yes.
And she's 15 years younger than me.
Yes.
She's going to be tall.
She's going to be tall. And if you go to Ireland, if you go to Limerick, you see my sister, same age as Mairead, and same situation. It's crazy. It's weird. They're very similar. I go back and forth, and one grows and the other grows. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. I think they're both going to be taller than I am. So I don't know how to imagine that. Yeah. So I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. It's about 5'10" as well?
Yes. Belle. She plays on Huskies, and she loves basketball. I'm happy she loves it. Especially at this age, she's making my parents like to make sure their training times. I've been going to every session. Let's go take the bus to go to training. Like she's very on top of her things. So I'm happy about that. Yeah,
I love it. You mentioned your parents coming to Ireland. What's it like for you being a role model for kids in similar situations?
I think it's very beneficial to have someone like me, like someone who's a child of immigrants who comes in, because at that age, when you're younger and you have immigrant parents that have very different systems of how to get their kids acclimated to things or how to get their kids socializing, it's very hard for parents to know how to be in a different setting, a different continent, a different school system for their kids. And it's very hard for kids to know if they're doing the right or wrong thing or if they're doing what's best for them. So I think it's cool to have people that are similar to your background, similar to where you've been and where your parents have been, so that you have a kind of like thing of, I can do this. I'm allowed to do this because I'm here and it's possible. There's a path for me to do this. It's hard to know if there's a path if your parents haven't taken it or if you don't have older siblings that have taken it. Like my sister definitely wouldn't have joined basketball if I hadn't. I didn't have an older sibling to follow either. So I think it's not even just doing it, it's just making sure that it's out there, like with this, and people being able to hear different stories, different possibilities. It's just getting that out there is the most important part, I think.
Absolutely. It's so important. You look at Rashida Adelecki.
You
know, what a queen.
I
what
know.
A, like,
exactly.
What a, like hanging out with Rihanna, like she's
my
superstar.
gosh,
She's
so cool.
Yeah. But even like Rapavidas, you know,
Yep.
you know, playing, you know, growing up in Kerry, you know, Lithuanian descent.
Exactly.
It's so important because maybe growing up you might not have had someone in that you went to look up to.
Yeah. I think just having, like, even as a kid, having Irish people that are on the team was important for me, and even having something more specific, someone that's even more alike to you, someone that has a very similar background to you, that will also help, like, push that kind of that perseverance for people to get out there and do something for themselves. I think that's important. Yeah.
What's it like being in America as an Irish player is, you know, the understanding of Irish basketball. Like you're, you know, I put it up, Kieran was slagging me, I got it wrong. I said top 8. We've 3 girls in the top 6 ranked teams in the country.
It's crazy.
And we've so many girls going, you know, mid-major, D1, D2, D3, JUCO, prep, high school. You know, you're part of this. It's our golden generation.
Yeah, I think, like, when you're in it, and you're just doing the hard work, it just feels good to think about the fact that it's possible. And like, I started so late, so think about like the kids that could start early and be like even better than anything that I could do right now, because they'll have that early footing. I think just being in this system and seeing like my teammates who are so well respected and so like looked up to, and having them like 2 feet apart from me, like, that kind of inspiration is so near and it's so possible. Like, I think being here, it's not like, oh wow, it's so crazy, but it's just like, wow, we can do this. Like, let's get more people doing this. Like, I think that's the best part. And just knowing that like I'm getting better and other people can get better doing the same thing. Like, it's fun and it's competitive. It just gets the best out of you just being in this kind of environment.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, like, you know, people that, you know, UCONN is such a program, but the players even today, like Sarah Strong, what a performance. Good. Like I could go on. I could keep going. The level of player you're playing against. What have you learned from training, battling with them every day?
I think what I've learned is that, like, what would I say? I would say everyone, if you're in a very high program, a very high respect program, everyone wants to do their best, and that makes you want to do even better than your best. Like, you reach new heights that you couldn't reach before. Like, I watch AZ shooting, and she's amazing. Like, she has an amazing shot, quick release, and it's like every day you want to get better to reach what she's reached. It's very difficult, but it's the competitive nature of that everyone has that's so, like, it's so unlike anything you've seen before because of how close they are to reaching a higher goal. It's just like that. I think that part is just amazing. Like, it's just a nature that you've never been in before, a nature that you have within you that has been brought out. It's like it's very cool to have.
Yeah. Is that what makes the team so successful? Is everyone's competitive nature?
I think that just I would say, what's the word? I would say everyone is very much we fine tune everything. Like, we don't want to leave any single part out. Like, everything is important. It's not about, oh, we have to be the best shooters, but we have to be the best. We have to be the best at the little things. Like, we have to be the best at being the best versions of ourselves, not leaving little things out. Just, you know, understanding that we all dress the same. No one is better than anyone else, but everyone here has to be trying their absolute best because that's who we are. Like, it's a system here that we have to follow because we follow great people that have done great things here, and we don't want to disrespect what they have done. We want to continue a legacy that's been here.
But you're introducing new traditions with likes of Irish dancing. I heard about this earlier.
Oh, it's not going well. I don't think I'm a great teacher, but they're not great students at Irish dancing either. So let's just say, like, it's a circular moment, and I'm not going to be breaking it because I need an Irish dancer to come here and teach all of us because I need to be retaught too.
Yeah. Get a Kaylee going. Imagine a Kaylee and Campbell.
Goodness gracious. Yeah. And you should have seen them. Like, they were talking about some video of me Irish dancing. I'm like, what video? They're here making fun of me. Like, I'm like, okay, how about you guys show me what you've learned? Because I try to teach you. You guys haven't even gotten anything down yet. So, Sarah's strong there trying to Irish dance, but she can't do it.
Yeah, they seem like great fun off the court.
It's great. It's great chemistry. Like, you don't even have to think about that part. Everyone's just like, we're here for each other, and we're all going through a very important time in our lives that we want to support each other through. So it's like, it's without question that we are all there for each other 24/7.
What's Gino like?
Gino's awesome. He's like let me tell you this. Like, for me, I love school, which is not like a very normal thing for people to like, but I love school. And Coach Gino is like a teacher. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a difference between a coach and a teacher when he's coaching us, because he cares so much about the game. And there's a lot of coaches that care so much about the game, but it feels so particular, and that there's an answer to every question, and that I guess that's the way I think. I like to think about, how can I solve this, or how can I stop this player from doing that? And there's an answer to all these little things that I felt like we just had to play. But sometimes there is a system of making the game go. Like, there's different screws and there's different knobs that you can actually make the game better, and you can make your team better. And he's such a great teacher. I think just a new thing that I'm experiencing, having a teacher teach a sport. That's what it feels like. Yeah. Is
it very much obviously physical, bit of probably mental, but also tactical, like in terms of the breakdown of the game and the training? Give us an insight into those kind of 4 pillars.
I would say for an example, I'd say for the 5 fingers of the hand, I would think of it as that defensively. That's what it feels like when we're getting taught defense. Like, when one person moves, you need to be somewhere else, or someone else needs to be somewhere else, or etc. It's just the way he teaches for us to move, or I'm struggling to put this into words, but it just feels like we're all working in tandem, and it's how it kind of teaches the game. Physically, we're moving, and one person moves, you have to be there to support someone else in case they break down or whatever, but you're still working your hardest to make sure someone doesn't get to the basket or something. But he makes sure that we're all working in tandem. It's like 5 fingers of the hand. I think that's just it's an awesome way to think of the game. Like, there's not one individual player, but us being our best individually will make the hand work the best, because every finger needs to be working for the hand to be working the best way it can. I think that's the way I'd put it.
Love it.
Yeah.
We were chatting post-game today, yourself, Blanca, Kieran and Ronan, Kieran Quinn and Ronan O'Leary, teammates at Post.
Yeah.
You were talking to Blanca, was interested, and Kieran was asking her about the intensity. She played, obviously, for anyone who doesn't know, played 4 years professionally, and she was talking about just the intensity. Like, she plays as a pro, and she was like, this is next level here. Is it from when you walk into the gym, like, even let's say practice tomorrow's at 9 a.m. Is there a standard or requirement to be in before then? Talk us through the standards and the intensity.
Standards, I feel like you have to be on time. You can't disrespect the time. Everyone knows. I think the standard here is just to respect what is told to you. Like, you have to be here on time, then be here on time. You have to meet with someone, and you meet with someone. You don't and they tell us to do this outside of basketball. Like, if you're meeting with someone, if you're talking to someone, make sure that you're there 5 minutes, 10 minutes earlier, because you don't want to disrespect anyone else's time, and you want to be there and be ready. So I think that's what she was kind of talking about. It's just the standard is higher than most of the things that we've all been through, like our teams before this, and like a lot of the players on this team have been the best players on their previous teams, and we're here with a lot of great players. So it's like everyone just has to respect the system, because there's a lot of really good players here, and we all just have to make ourselves that bit better by, being a better standard. Yeah.
In terms of the level you've played at, international levels, you've played high school, you're now in college. How much is it quicker by 5 times? Is it more physical by 10 times? Like, what from the levels you've experienced?
I feel like this is definitely the quickest I've ever had to play, and the fact that it's quicker, you have to be able to learn how to think quicker, and not in the way that you're like rushing yourself or you're overthinking like, oh, I'm gonna fumble the ball or whatever, but more in a getting acclimated to the speed. Like you have to get used to speed, you have to be in condition, and when you're in condition and you're like moving at the pace that everyone else is moving at, you'll be able to think quicker. It'll just come naturally because you're already there moving quicker. I think first past, being able to be as fast as everyone else and moving with them, and then when you're there and you're able to think that quick, you don't even realize that you've moved up a speed level or whatever, because everyone is at that level. And then so if I was to go back to like, high school, I feel like I'm playing so quick. I'm like, whoa, like I feel in good shape. So I think everyone just being in great shape, and this goes for like a lot of colleges, and everyone's in top tier shape and everyone's moving so quickly that you need to be on par with them so you can think the way they're thinking, so you're not rushing or fumbling or whatever.
Is it, in terms of the international, playing against other competition, is it twice as quick and more physical, or like, in terms of giving context, people who are at that level that know it, that want to know about the next level?
I would say the difference physically there, I'd say international level feels more cool in terms of like you're allowed to touch people more, you're allowed to like direct them more with your arms or your hands or your body. And then I would say speed is higher here, as in people, I feel like the ball moves around so much in international basketball, and I think that slows the game down a bit. There's less shot clock situations, and I feel like here the speed is so much quicker, because sometimes you rely on just needing to get the ball down as quickly as possible, but I feel like in international basketball we rely a lot on the play, like slowing it down. Let's see like how we can break this down, not trying to beat them, but trying to beat their defense in the half court. I feel like that's the situation. Yeah.
Well, you definitely couldn't get filled to some of the calls. I might have to edit that one out. It was just different.
There's a lot of calls, and I feel like in the US and in international, you can definitely get away with much more. Yeah.
So you call them softer?
No, definitely not. Not soft. I would say preventative. Just, protecting us.
Yeah. Love it. In terms of the individual development, since we spoke, actually, what's been the biggest growth in your game in the last 2 years?
I would say the biggest growth is making sure that I play without having to think so much, having to think about, what post move do I have to do, what am I doing here, what's the right move. But I think it's more of I need to get taught all these different things so that when I'm in the play I can feel it, I can do it without having to overthink so much. I think mentally I needed that big adjustment. I think that was the biggest thing. And having coaches tell me like I'm allowed to score, or I don't have to always pass the ball away, like I can also be a big option. In school, that was the biggest mental block that I had to get over. Yeah.
In terms of the kids listening at home when they want to develop their skills, what advice would you give them on working on their game? Their training, say Monday to Sunday, it's Tuesday, Friday, maybe a game on a Saturday. What should they be doing there?
I would say, especially for younger kids, I know there's less trainings during the week, or they have less individual time to get ready with a coach because it's mostly a team effort. On your own, I think, especially if you're tall, don't let that shy you away from being able to have a shot, being able to expand your game. Short, tall, being able to short by the basket and away from the basket, that is something that you don't have to shy away from, especially as a tall player. I know as myself, especially, I told myself when I was younger, like, I only want to be near the basket or whatever. But I think being able to have something up your sleeve is not a bad thing ever. As a tall player and you're younger, you don't know how tall you're going to be. So being able to be ready for the fact that you might have to be a shooter or whatever. I think just being prepared for whatever position that you might have to be in the future, because you're not going to be able to know what height you are or how strong you're going to be. So just expanding your game, making sure that you have a dribble, that you're not frantic with your dribble or where you are shooting. I think that is the biggest thing. Don't shy away from learning things. because you think you're fit to one position at the time, because that's usually never the case.
Don't let people put you in a box.
Never. Like, trust me, never. I'm lucky I grew to be as tall as I did, because if I did not have a shot coming here, and that's something I'm still developing. Like, you need to be prepared for yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When we last spoke, you had obviously committed to UCONN. What was driving you at the time, I think, was playing high school and getting to college. Now that you're here, what's driving you now? What's the motivation?
The motivation right now, honestly, when I think about trying to get better, I think about my family. So thinking about just, the opportunities I can have, the better I become. Like, in the future, my goal has always been to try to get to the pros, try to be the best player I can be in the future for as long as I can play basketball. I think that, and having my family in the back of my mind, like knowing that I have these opportunities in front of me, into those helps my team right now. Like, it's kind of like a circular, it's a circle moment. Like, you want to be better for the future, and being better for the future helps your team now. Like, there's no reason for me not to try to get better right now. Yeah.
Yeah, love it. What do you do to switch off away from basketball?
When I'm not playing basketball, I like painting. I like reading, and I have a lot of homework, so it's not like I'm not busy. So, the homework keeps me away, but I like drawing and painting most of all. So yeah.
Anything specific, or just kind of taking it where it goes?
Nothing. I like drawing people. People is usually my biggest thing, but. I need to open up my art book, because I don't think it's going to open up in like 2 weeks. So I think just drawing people or whatever I'm feeling at the moment. Like, if I want to have a bunch of colors on my page, I'll just find a way to get it on there. So I think just having something to release your brain a bit, that's important. Like, if you can't draw, write. If you can't draw. Do something to release that part of your brain, because it's important.
Yeah. Love that. Has that always been part of your...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid, I wanted to be an artist or a singer, and my mom wouldn't take me to do Ireland's Got Talent. So drawing became the best thing. But I used to sing in choir. Singing has always been something I secretly like, but drawing is always something I felt very proud of showing people, and painting as well, because my dad's artistic, and I always liked that we had that thing in common.
I think even though you didn't make it to Ireland's Got Talent, I think it's worked out in another way. I did not expect that. Yeah. That's really interesting, because it's so important to switch off and to get away from basketball.
It is very important. Like, sometimes people forget, like, basketball is it's big in our lives, and it's something that can teach us so much, but there's so many other things as well that people have to remember, and those things can help you in basketball, because you need to switch off your brain from that sometimes, and that'll help you calm down and release whatever thoughts that you're hiding just playing basketball.
How have you found, like, having a brand? Like, I was ordering off your NIL shop, and even I remember, you're very articulate here. You did a very good conference or media conference thing in the summer. Having a brand and being articulate, and how are you finding that side?
I feel like seeing my name on shirts is very cool, especially people love wearing my shirt. Like, I see my mom, or I see like coaches,
me
wearing my name. It's you, like, and seeing that in a picture, like, it's very cool. It feels very unrealistic. Sometimes I'm like, whoa, but it's cool, because it's not just my name. It's my dad's name. It's my mom's name. It's my siblings' name. I think that's so cool to see, like, Malou-Mamel on a shirt. Like, I was thinking of cutting away one of the names, because I thought it was such a long name, but people wearing the whole name is pretty cool. Yeah, I think all I can say is that it's pretty cool.
How did you get the number 42?
So as a kid, I always liked wearing number 8, but 8 is extremely popular. So if you're picking number 8, be careful, because everyone wants that number all the time. So after I had 8, everyone wanted 8 one year for North Munster, the regional team, and then I just switched to 42 because it's 4x2, and I think 16 was taken. So I was like, okay, I must be 42. It's a big number. It's funny like that. And after that, I just stuck with 42. Yeah, it's cool. And I think here people love it because of Jackie Robinson, a baseball star, and he is a cool backstory apparently. I need to read into it, but people always point that out when I'm wearing it. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
I want to ask you about mentors. Kieran Quinn being one of them. He's been very good to me, particularly over the last week, letting me stay with him, move in with the family. He took you under your wing and brought you to America. Talk me through his mentorship and your relationship.
I think we relate to each other a lot. I think having a mentor, someone that relates to you, that's not your family, is super important, like we were talking about before. And Kieran is one of those people because he also grew up having a sibling with autism, an autistic sibling. And I have 2 autistic brothers. And having someone that, left their family, and especially having a brother with that condition that you feel very responsible for, you feel very protective over. I think having someone that I understand that did that at such a young age, like he left at 18, and I didn't know if I should leave yet. It feels very questionable, like, oh, I'm leaving my country as a young person. And knowing that he did something like that with the same conditions I had, like, it's very inspiring to have someone like him. And he's always been good to me, good to other Irish people here that need someone to talk to, someone to help them through situations that a lot of people around them won't understand. So I think Kieran is a very special person to me, and not just to me, to a lot of people in the Irish community. So he's bigger than life. Like, he doesn't even realize, I think he realizes it, but he doesn't really realize how much he's helped people mentally and physically. I was battling him in practices when I was here in New Jersey. So he's very, very, very special person. Yeah.
One of the things that struck me when I was talking to him about players developing here and coming here, about the clubhouse, got to meet Adam and see the facility, so cool. It's just the opportunity to get better. Yes. There's just more time and places to go and people around to coach.
Yeah, it is, and you don't realize that before, because sometimes you're just training in just a team environment. That's so important to be with a team. But sometimes you need to realize that you're going to be on different teams, and being better individually will help you get to, better opportunities for different teams when you're getting older, leaving your younger teams, and just being a better addition to different teams, and having people around you in your corner that can coach you and make you better like that. That's important. Yeah.
Was there ever a point where you wanted to give up and go home?
I don't think I ever wanted to quit. That's one thing I would never say. I never wanted to quit, but there's times where I missed home. And those happened very early on. It's very easy when you just leave. And those thoughts of FOMO with your friends back at home, or just wanting to be in your old environment again where you're comfortable. It's very hard when you're not comfortable yet and you're still adjusting to a whole continent. That stuff is hard in the beginning. And I think getting over that was less of, oh, I have to do this. It's just giving myself time and understanding that other people have done this, Kieran has done this. It's possible that I can get through this. I just have to wait and let that come. I can't force it. I have to let myself get comfortable. I have to let myself do the trainings and get through the hard bits as well. It's going to be hard, but you're going to be doing this every day. So you're going to be understanding what you're doing. I wouldn't say getting used to, because it's going to be hard. It's a battle every day. But if you do it every day, you'll understand how to get better at it and how to get more not used to. I don't want to say used to, because you want to get better every day. But, letting yourself grow as a person every day instead of worrying about home. It happens. It's a slow transition, but slowly and surely you'll start to appreciate home more than miss home. And you'll go home and appreciate it even more when you're not, wanting to stay there, because you want to get better here. I think when I go home now, I love it. I have so much fun with my friends. I love seeing Ireland, but at least I'm not wallowing saying, oh, I wish I was still here, because I understand why I'm here.
Apart from friends and family, what do you miss, and our good weather, what do you miss the most about Ireland?
What I miss most, I think I just like the fact that I feel like I'm more outside when I'm home. I feel like I'm inside more here. With buildings, being in school. When I'm in Ireland, I feel like I'm always walking to the bus, walking to see my friends. We're just walking to walk. I like walking, so I like being home and doing that with my friends, or being at the park outside. I think even though it's raining a lot there, I always have a jacket on me, so it's not a problem. Like, yeah, that's what I like about Ireland, being outside with my friends.
A lot of the listeners will want to know about the gear that you get. You know, even the shoes. I know it's a bit of a stupid question, but like, you know, we don't have gear, so like, what kind of gear are you getting?
I mean, we have these very cool jackets. Nice. I like the jackets a lot, and I would say, what's my favorite thing? I like the training gear. Like, it's comfortable. Like, I mean, like we all wear the same thing. We wear the Nike shirts, and I think everything's just so comfortable. Fits you, and you don't have to worry about that. You can just focus on training. You don't have to worry about adjusting anything. I think just having that part out of mind, out of sight, like, it's pretty cool, and you don't have to worry about it at all. Yeah.
But that's a thick coat, but you need it.
Connecticut, guys, you need it. Like, you think Ireland is cold? Come to Connecticut, because it was snowing the other day for like 10 minutes, and it just turned into November. So yeah. You think Ireland is cold? Like, everything that happens in Ireland happens here, but it's colder or hotter. It's colder or hotter. Like, it was 25 degrees in September and in October, and now it's negative. Let's say like negative 10, negative 8. It's cold, so I need this big jacket. Yeah. So wear your puffers if you come to Connecticut.
Yeah. How have you found not playing much minutes? You know, going from as a player underage, national and high school level in AAU, now transitioning to a really good team, and then, you know, not playing and being in a very different role.
I think understanding, you have to be understanding. Like, I train with really great players who are older than me, have more experience than me. And that's what I wanted, to come here as a freshman and to battle against really good players that are, you know, same position as me, older, stronger, having that experience that can make me better, and I can make them better when I'm better. Like, I think that's what I was mostly hoping for as an underclassman, like coming here and getting coached by one of the greatest coaches ever and having the best players ever. I mean, I couldn't really ask for more right now. What I want right now is to get better. And that's what's happening. So I think I'm getting what I want. And now that I'm getting better, I'm helping my teammates too. So I think that's the best part.
But you did make your competitive debut. You got into it with an exhibition game at the start of the year, but you got into the game against Loyola Chicago the other day. What was that like? You know, when you get the call, what did you first think of?
I guess the environment is just, I think what I think of is the just getting on, wearing the UCONN when you take off your shirt, and that UCONN is on your competitive gear is so cool. And getting to just, you know, feel the environment that everyone else is feeling on the court. And when you're on, like, you might be nervous before being on the court, but when you're on the court, like, it goes away. And it's just it's so cool to be on the court competitively. I think that's something I'm very excited for in the future, to just keep working hard, getting better, so you can get on the court and just get better every game. That's so cool, I think. I think that the best part was just being there with my teammates. It's very cool to be there with them. Yeah. Is
there any specifics you've got from dates on being a freshman and sticking to the process?
Specific advice, I think I came here with a very positive attitude, and that's just the way I am. It's not something everyone else is used to, or some people have it and some people don't, because it's hard. And I would say a lot of people just told me to stick with that attitude and to just not to lose sight of that because right now I know why I'm here, so just to remember and not to forget that, and for if you don't have that, just to build on that and just to build a more positive outlook, because positivity will get you far when you're in very competitive environments, because you know why you're here, and if you know why you're here, you're just going to keep going and building towards that if you don't forget. So, you know, not losing sight of that and having a goal in mind, having goals every day if you need that. And I think that's what I've been told, to just keep that positive outlook and have a goal.
But did you have a welcome to college basketball moment in practice maybe?
Well, in the game I did. What happened was, so usually we have someone giving high fives when there's a 3-point made, and one of the freshmen who usually does it was on the court, and someone had told me, go, 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 go. I was like, what? I started taking off my shirt to go sub in, but I was supposed to give high fives. I was like, oh. And everyone saw it on TV. So I was like, like at this point I was embarrassed, yeah, but honestly, like it was such a freshman thing to do. Can I really be that embarrassed? No. So everyone was like, hey, it's kind of funny, right? I was like, I'll tell you tomorrow when it's not embarrassing that I find it funny. Yeah. I think it took me like 2 days. So no, I didn't tell them the next day. I was like, okay, now it's funny, guys. You can laugh now. Like, yeah, it was really funny. So that was my welcome to, they were like, it's your welcome to the league moment. And I'm like, okay, thanks, guys.
Yeah, because I saw that today as well with the high fives things. Just for people that don't know, is that like a team cohesion, unity? What's the reason?
Yeah, I would say that it's a unity, like hype up thing. Like, let's get the bench keep going. Let's keep us up. Let's keep us going. And someone on the bench will high five every single person on the bench, all the way down to the managers. When someone makes a three, and it's just like, let's keep the momentum going. And I think that's so fun. I love it especially when AZ makes like 3 threes in a row, and it's like, let's keep high-fiving, let's go. It's fun. It's cool.
I was reading in the program today, I read your bio, first player at UCONN. We all, like myself, Ronan, Kieran, and Ronan's daughter and wife as well were there, and we all looked at each other like, this is amazing. Like, what does it actually mean to you, though, as an individual, to be the first Irish player here, but even for you on a personal level, to be here at this level?
Sometimes I feel like there's so much hard work that goes into it that you feel like it's not surprising, but you're very happy with it. You're very happy, but obviously the job's not done, so it's not like I can be so happy, like, oh wow, I made it. Like, this is still, being here is still a process, but personally, like, knowing that I'm here, I think I just feel very, like, optimistic about the future. Optimistic about the past when I was not very confident in myself, and now I feel like I'm a whole different person at times, talking to people. And I think all this, like, getting here and being able to speak to people without feeling like I'm an outsider, like I'm here and people see me as a person here that plays here. I think personally that has really built my confidence and really, really like made me feel more like me. As a younger kid, I thought I was supposed to be a shy person or supposed to be quiet or not supposed to like fill in a space that I saw was there. But now I know, like, I'm allowed to like talk. I'm allowed to fill in space. I'm allowed to be a person that's a part of a big program because I've worked towards it, and I'm still working towards being a bigger attribute to this program like everyone else is on their other programs. So I think being here personally, confidence is lifted, and hopefully we keep building on that and keep building on the physical aspect too. I think just knowing that I have great people in my corner is amazing, and all of this is just like, it's amazing. So hopefully it just keeps, becoming better.
Yeah, I can notice the difference. I know, I mean that in a very complimentary way. We recorded like 2 years ago.
I was probably 17. Yeah, I just turned 17.
But I noticed that in the confidence and it's being yourself, and embracing yourself and all. It's so important. You mentioned the future in terms of goals. Personally, this season and beyond, what would you like to achieve
for this season and beyond? I think I'm working on right now just being the best finisher I can be and working on my shooting. And I think for this season's goals, just to be confident in my touch around the basket, to be confident in my defensive ability. Like, I think I tried a lot in the past to withhold my strength. And I remember when I was battling even guys in training, they'd be like, you're strong, like, you're really strong. I just I feel very bad sometimes to actually show that. I don't know. That's not something you should be afraid to show. So I think just working on using my strength the right ways, obviously not fouling people because that's not something you want to do, but using my strength the right ways, my ability to jump, to block people. I think not being afraid to showcase those and to, let those show, because what have you got to lose by showing your best version of yourself? I really don't know why those would be withheld. So I think those are the things I'm trying to get better at, showing the best things I can do. Yeah.
For people that don't know, you train against the practice team. They're the boys team that play. They're legit players. Yeah. They are good.
They're pretty good.
Really,
and they're not afraid to verbalize that. So I'll say that.
Is trash talking going on?
Oh, not just. I would just say, a bit a bit of overconfidence sometimes. Which is fine. Everyone can be overconfident. It's funny. It gets us going. Like everyone. It's like it feels like we're actually playing against the real team. Like, oh, they're so annoying. They're so annoying. But we love them at the end of the day. So yeah.
What was it like even today? It was the second banner unveiling for the national championship, you know, and then the actual official one at Gamble as well, and the sweatsuits, they were sick.
They were lovely.
They were really nice. Like coming into a team that's coming off the back of a national championship, what's that like?
I think, especially as a freshman, and I think other people coming in, it's something that we have to take notice of. Like, it's important. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing that they have done, but we have to start on a clean slate. Like, this is a whole new year. We can't carry that too much, especially since I was not here and other people were not here. Like, this is something that we want to reach, a goal that we want to reach. I think we just have to, like, you know, say, like, that's something that we want to do because we saw them do it and it was amazing, and we want that. Not that we are trying to, we're not trying to use that as, we just have to start on a clean slate is what I'm trying to say. We're trying to start on a clean slate. This is a whole new year, whole new team. It's a whole new roster. And that's what we have to think of, like, going into this year. Like, we're trying to win a different championship. It's a different team. Yeah.
10 years' time, I give you a call. Hopefully you pick up.
I will. Yeah. Especially on WhatsApp.
I'll give you a call in 10 years, you pick up. Where do you want to be and what do you want to have achieved?
10 years. Wait, what age will I be? I'll be 30. 10 years, where do I want to be? Still playing basketball. I want to be in a nice city. Weirdly enough, my favorite city right now is Pittsburgh. So hopefully I'm in Pittsburgh somehow if they have a team there. I love Pittsburgh. I love it. I'd love to be somewhere. I'd love to be in a cool apartment and a lot of art, and, you know, hopefully I'll have a job on the side that lets me mix art and business, like advertising, marketing, something cool like that. These are all very big goals, but if you don't have big goals, you're not going to reach the little ones. So I think having those, and hopefully my sister's in the States and I'm helping her too at that time. So that'll be super cool. Yeah.
Is professional basketball something you want to do?
Absolutely. Like, that'd be amazing. And especially, like, that'd be even more representation for people that don't know about what's possible right now. So getting there, having a bigger voice, bigger platform would be amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
What message would you give to the community back home, particularly younger girls, on them chasing their dreaming of coming to America or pursuing the basketball at whatever level they want to do? What advice or what message do you give them?
I would say be the person that shows up the most. Be the person that sets a standard. And this is not easier said than done. But as a kid, like, I just loved basketball so much. I wanted to go to training all the time. So being the person that enjoys training, gets other people enjoying training. Don't join the talk that says, oh, I hate training, I don't want to be here, because that will leak into your brain and you'll all of a sudden not want to actually be at training. So no, be overly positive if you can. Go to your trainings, be on time, listen to your coaches, and train by yourself and try to learn things that you're not being taught in training so that you can be a better player for yourself. And you'll see other girls here that are really talented. Like Lucy Coogan was doing all these drills that other people weren't doing, and she is so talented. Like, be that kind of player that overdoes it, because it might be annoying to other people, but it won't be annoying to you when you're doing well in the future. Trust me, like, do the most.
Love it. Love it. I ended the last episode with, if your life was a book, what chapter would this be called?
What did I say?
You said suit up or suited up. What's this title now?
Oh, I don't even know what suited up was pretty. I think I know what I meant. What would I say right now? If my life was a book, what would be the title? I would say, what would I say? I would just say, going up that hill, like Kate Bush, because it's an uphill battle, but you want to keep going, because what's the point of going down when you're already halfway up the mountain? Like, that's what I would say. What did I just say?
Going up the hill.
Going up the hill. Going up the hill.
Perfect. Little melody and all to wrap it up. Gandy, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you for having me. Great to catch up as always. And I look forward to ringing you in a couple of years and seeing where you're at.
Thank you so much, Orlan.